Introduction on Law of Agency. Law of agency is a law that is governed under Part X of the Contract Act 1950. Section 135 of the Contract Act 1950 states that agent is a person employed to do any act for another or represent another in a dealings with a third person. It also states that principal is a person for whom such an act is done or who is so represented. Lastly, agency is a relationship which subsists between the principal and the agent. For example, Akmal appoints Samad to sell his house on his behalf. Here, Akmal is called the principal and Samad is his agent.
Formation of agency. From the case KJN Jaya Syndrome Berhad versus Reliance Syndrome Berhad, the court said that the law does not require that an agency or sub-agency agreement must be in writing. Express appointment by the principal. From Section 140 of the Contract Act 1950, an agent may be authorized by oral or word to sign a memorandum. Agency by ratification arises when a person ratifies an act which has already been done in his name and on his behalf by another person.
There are two prerequisites of the creation of agency by ratification. The first one, an agent who was duly appointed has exceeded his authority. The second one, a person who has no authority to act for the principal has acted as if he has the authority. Under Section 149 of the Contract Act 1950, where acts are done by one person on behalf of another but without his knowledge or authority, he may elect to ratify or to disown the acts. If he ratifies them, the same effect will follow as if they had been performed by his authority. Meanwhile, under Section 150 of the Contract Act 1950, when the principal accepts and confirms such a contract, the acceptance is called ratification. Ratification may be expressed or implied. Moving on to effect, a principal has an option to reject the contract since he has not authorized it and the agent will be personally liable to the third party, or accept the contract so made, for example, ratification of contract, which is accept or confirm the contract. The contract is binding on the principal as if the agent had been properly authorized beforehand, and ratification has a retrospective effect. Now, we look at the case Bolton and Partners Limited versus Lambert 1889. Ratification has a retrospective effect. For example, it dates back to the time when the original contract was made by the agent and not from the date of the principal's ratification. Now, we look at the case example. On the 1st January 2018, A appointed B as his agent to buy a house not exceeding Rm 500,000. On 10th January 2018, B went to SP Homes and booked a house costing Rm 600,000, telling SP Homes salesman that he was buying the house on A's behalf. On 20 January 2018, SP Homes delivered the house keys to A. If A confirms and adopts the contract on 20th January 2018, then B is said to be an agent through ratification. A can also reject the contract since B had exceeded his authority.
Conditions under which ratification can be made. First condition, the act or contract must be unauthorized. Second condition, the unauthorized contract must be one recognized by law. Third condition, the agent must, at the time of contract, expressly act as agent for the principal. Example case, Kian Lim Estate & Co vs Duran 1901. Robert, an agent, was authorized by appellant to buy wheat at a certain price. However, Robert had exceeded authority by buying the wheat at a higher price than authorized, and buying it in his own name by intending it for Kenley. Kenley agreed to take the wheat at the price but failed to take delivery. Court held Kenley was not liable to Durant, the third party. This is because Kenley had not ratified Robert's contract since Robert at the time of the contract did not profess to act as agent. The fourth condition, the agent must have a principal who is in actual existence or capable of being ascertained when the contract is made. Nobody as an agent can bind by the contract a principal who does not exist at the date of the contract made. Example of case, Kellner vs. Baxter, 1866. It was held that a contract to buy a hotel made by an agent on behalf of a company which was about to be formed could not be ratified by that company. This is because that company did not exist at the time. Therefore, the agent was held liable for the contract unless the third party agreed to release him. Section 65 of the Companies Act 2016. A contract entered into by a company or its agent prior to formation may be ratified by the company after its formation. Example case number 2, Cosmic Insurance Corporation Ltd vs. Go Chiangpo, 1981. There were two issues raised before court. Whether a letter signed by 12 promoters of the appellant company, including the respondent, constitute a pre-incorporation contract between the respondent and the other 11 promoters as agent for the appellant company which was subsequently incorporated. The respondent was appointed as the managing director for life by this letter. If the letter constitutes a pre-incorporation contract, did the appellant company ratify the contract? The letter came within Section 35, Submission 1 of the Companies Act 1965. Section 65 of the Companies Act 2016. The pre-incorporation contract was subsequently ratified by the appellant company. The company was bound by the contract which they had ratified.
My presentation is about condition 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9 under which ratification can be made. First of all is condition 5. The principal have to contractual capacity at time when the contract is made and at the time of ratification. Condition 6. The principal have to full knowledge unless it can be shown he or she intend to ratify the contract. The fact may be assumed responsibility for them. Condition 7. The principal must ratify the whole act or contract if partial ratification is not allowed. This condition is stated in Section 152 of Contract Act 1950, and the principal must be acknowledged of all the material facts related to the contract unless it shown that he or she intend to ratify without taking any fact into consideration. Condition 8. Ratification must be made within a reasonable time. A contract cannot be ratified after the time fixed for its performance. This condition is related to Metropolitan Assumed both Five Kingdom and Son. It was held that principal purpose ratification on the agent contract to buy it without authority 1 week after was void. next condition is condition 9. The replication must not urge a third party. For instance, it must not subject to the third party to damage or terminate his right or interest.
That's all from us. Thank you for watching.